You are interested in the unknown, the mysterious, the unexplainable. That is why you are here.
Hello.
Welcome back to the Code Rad Show. That was Criswell in some Ed Wood movie welcoming you, Seekers of the Mysterious. Hello, Jim.
Hello, Jason. How are you?
I'm great. We took a week off for Thanksgiving.
Yes, indeed.
Sorry about that. We have a very poor work ethic, but I was on the road, and here we are again. There may be some days off in the future with Christmas coming up, but we have a very special episode today to make up for it. Some great examples of televised entertainment from two of our favorite islands. Nope,
yes,
not Hawaii, Japan and England, which
yes,
I'm representing with this American stout. But how can you resist a dark chocolate cherry stout? I mean, Guinness is awesome. Guinness is the original, but I had to give this one a try.
And I still have my Gekikan sake, which I'm going to have right now.
Yes, very famous brand of sake.
Yes, indeed. Let me see. And customs are you can't really, you're not supposed to pour your own, but there's nobody else here, so
yeah,
come by.
No. There you
go. Pretty good, not bad at all. Not bad at all. I'm gonna put this down. So
yeah, do you drink it refrigerated?
I do, yeah, but I do like it hot too, especially this time of year. Having some hot sake this time of year is like really helpful. It's
Yeah, I've only ever drank it cold. I think I had it warm once because I was in a restaurant and I just ordered sake and they just brought it out warm. But the first time I really ever learned anything about sake, it was many, many years ago, and it was like some kind of morning show, Good Morning America, something like that. I was watching for some reason, and for some reason they had a sake expert come on, and this is one of those things. It's like I cannot remember, what happens this morning, but for some reason I remember this episode I saw like more than 30 years ago, where she said, good sake is served cold, and if they serve you warm sake, they're trying to disguise the impurities. That's a cheap stuff. And so whenever I buy a bottle of sake, for some reason, I don't even like to get it from the sushi restaurant. I love BYOBs. I like to bring my own bottle. So I try to get a bottle of the good stuff and drink it cold.
Yeah, no, I think cold, but that's the nice thing about sake is that cold or warm, it's still really good. But warm, I think it's better having the cold weather because in the summertime it's like it's not as good. But yeah, no, I enjoy sake hot or cold. I might try a different brand after that bottle's through, but not that I don't like it, but yeah, try some variety.
Yeah, I mean, for years I tried to get into drinking wine, and I like wine, but I couldn't really get into it. I could not in a million years, tell you, in a blind taste test if I was drinking a Cabernet or a Pinot Gris or a Pinot Noir or whatever. I just know I guess I just don't have a palate. My palate is not refined enough for red wine. But sake, I don't know. I don't think there's all that different varieties of sake. I might be wrong, but I do.
I don't think there are either now.
Yeah,
no,
it's just a matter of quality, and I think Junmai is like the high quality stuff. So
that sounds right.
I look on the label. I see, is it Junmai? I get that, and I do enjoy trying different bottles of sake.
Yeah. There's so many brands. I think I'm gonna drink a little more.
It's cool. If you go to a liquor store that has a nice selection, you get one that has a nice looking bottle or a cool name.
Yeah.
And then it's fun to take it to a sushi restaurant, and you have a fantastic date night.
I could have sworn that I had a Godzilla. I'm not sure it was sake or something. It may have been Suntory whiskey, but it was a special Godzilla edition.
Oh, really?
I don't know if it's gonna be a huge bottle or just a
yeah
for kaiju.
Yeah, of course they have the big there's a big Godzilla marketing promotion thing with Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, I didn't expect that, but I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah. I was thinking about maybe buying a 30 pack just to have as a collector's item. I mean, I don't know if I want to drink 30 cans of Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Definitely not one.
The packaging is kind of cool. It's not great or anything, but
it's just Godzilla, or is it like Rodan, Mothra?
I believe they do have different editions. I think they have Godzilla and Mecha Godzilla, and I'm not sure what else.
Jet Jaguar, maybe. Maybe not. Okay.
Probably not, but I don't know. I remember. I think they only had like 4 or 5 characters, if I remember correctly. So,
or Jet Jaguar.
Yeah. And in other science fiction news, did you see that BBC released on YouTube today a video of Peter Davison playing the Doctor again?
I did not.
It's pretty cool. I mean, it's silly. It's a commercial for a new, DVD or Blu-ray set.
I
like
see.
Season 21.
Right.
And so it's Peter Davison and Janet Fielding in the locations of Revelation of the Daleks.
Right.
And then Turlo, Peter Strickson comes in, and they have, they talk about that. They got, a special edition episode with, upgraded special effects and whatnot. So for the people who join us for Doctor Who, there's that. Just kind of cool to see Peter Davison in the cricketer outfit again.
Oh, of course, yeah. No,
yeah. Janet Fielding is almost unrecognizable.
Oh,
it took me a minute before I figured out who she was.
Does she solve the? Well, yes, yeah, that's right. She was Australian, but
yes.
Yeah, no, I love Peter Davison. He was actually the first Doctor I ever saw, and I do have somewhere in my closet the outfit that somebody made for me. I wore for Halloween one year. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, I would have loved to have had that around 1985 or so.
Yeah, no, some folks may have, with the celery stalk pinned to their shirts. Yeah.
I remember back in the day, there was I forget the exact name, but it was basically a pattern book to sew Doctor Who outfits, and of course, like a pattern to knit the Tom Baker scarf and all that. And I wanted it, but I don't know. I think it was, I saved up for the Key to Time book, then the Celebration by Peter Haining, both of those books, and I never got around to getting the sewing book or whatever it was called, pattern book.
Sure, take a lot of yarn.
Yeah.
And time and patience.
Yeah. All right. Well, you chose for your program this week all-time classic.
That's right. So I guess I'll bring up the clip first. So basically, it's 1991. I'm at a convention in Philly. This guy I know is selling tapes, and it says, I see one VHS tape that's got Japanese Spider-Man. I'm like,
yeah.
I said, well, what is that? He goes, well, it's different. I'm like, what do you mean? Well, he drives around in a car and fights in a robot. I'm like, okay. So I said, can I take a look at it? He's like, yeah. So this is the first thing I ever saw. Here we go.
Yes.
So that's the first time I ever saw my first exposure to it. So I was like, so how much? $15? I'm like, he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, sold. So let's see. I was going to hear me bring in my slides if I can.
All right, let's see.
Let's see. Here we go. This is the guy that pretty much was responsible for the Japanese Spider-Man TV show, actually an American. His name is Gene Pelk.
Oh, wow.
And he actually was, I believe he was a missionary. First, he was a DJ, and he was a missionary in Japan, but he loved comic books. And he noticed that, comic books were very popular in Japan, but none of them were American comics. So he actually called Marvel and said, I want to speak to Stan Lee. And he actually got through to Stan Lee, and basically the two of them met. And according to Stan, what Stan Lee told him was, well, our comics have been published in Japan before. We've taken we've taken the American comics and basically translated them to Japanese, and then this other guy, Ryoichi Ikigame, he made his own version of Spider-Man, but they just didn't really sell very well. And Gene Pelk said, well, let me see if what I can do to give Marvel more of a presence here. So that's how we got Spider-Man. So, and yes, they do take a lot of liberties. If you're looking for traditional, Peter Parker or Aunt May, you're not going to find it here, but it's still a very, very enjoyable show. The episode that I reviewed was, I believe it was The Tears of Samson, I believe it was called. And episode opens with that's Nakada. He was a wrestler who had really high aspirations, but he hurt his leg. But he has a brother named Samson. The only problem is he's not very good. He frequently gets beaten up. I guess in this world, I guess pro wrestling is real. Or not choreographed. He gets beaten up. So basically, he loses another match, and Samson's feeling down, pretty down on himself. And he's saying, "Well, I wish I was strong, like Spider-Man. And I want to meet Spider-Man." And their conversation's overheard by this mysterious woman, who says, "Well, if you want to meet Spider-Man, I can make it happen for you." It turns out that's the evil Amazoness, who is the I guess one of the henchwomen.
I guess so.
Yeah,
not really sure what her relationship is to Professor Monster.
Yeah, no, it's very odd, but she's, I guess, right-hand woman, wife, ex-wife, girlfriend, mistress. We don't really know, but so basically, she's really Amazoness.
Yeah,
and here is a good shot of Professor Monster here, kind of like a mixture of. I can see a little of Doctor Doom in there. I can see a little bit of Darth Vader in there. So, that's the enemy. So you will not see the Green Goblin or the Sandman or Electro, but you will see Professor Monster and other various, as he called them, BEMs, machine BEMs, the monsters. So they wheel in this ancient fossil that was discovered underneath a Roman Colosseum, or the ruins of a Roman Colosseum. And apparently that fossil has absorbed blood from numerous fighters. So they decide that they're going to trick Samson. They're going to promise him to make him strong by performing surgery, but they're going to make him into a monster BEM, is what they're going to do. So Spider-Man goes to see Samson's brother, Nakada, and it turns out that he is not there. He basically got taken away by Amazonness there. And he was saying, brother, don't worry, I'll be, his brother is saying, Nakada saying, don't go, don't go. And he's saying, no, I'll be fine. I'll come back really strong. I'll be like you. I'll be a strong wrestler. Yeah. And he partially gets his wish. So it turns out that they're going to look for Samson, and it turns out they're being shot at by the Iron Cross Army.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The enemies of Japanese Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Say, look, they're on the roof. So Spider-Man goes on the roof to confront them, but he notices on the ground Nakada's being chased by a truck. And the truck is driven by... And that's right. His brother Samson has been turned into a machine BEM and has lost all humanity.
Nice.
Who does that remind you of, that character?
Yeah, it looks a little bit like a Marvel character. Yeah.
That's right. Maybe an ever-loving blue-eyed thing.
Yeah.
They had to have seen the thing and said, yeah, we're going to use that, but make him like a one of the villains. It had to be. It had to be. Let's see. So he runs having lost his humanity, and Nakata tries to plead with his brother. It's me. It's your brother. Don't you know me? And he gets run over by a truck. That Samson's driving gets by a truck.
Oh no.
And that's him dying. There he's dying. So goodbye, Nakata. So Spider-Man realizes that he can't save Nakata. He's dead, but he can at least stop Samson. So he jumps on the truck, and the truck drives to a shipyard. He does call the Spider Machine GP7. And interesting fact here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but the car that he has, I don't know if you can see it here, but so GP, it turns out, I thought meant Grand Prix, but it doesn't. It stands for Gene Pelk.
Oh.
They named the car after him.
Okay.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a car is not that odd for Spider-Man. If he's if he's got to travel long distances, I mean, you can't be swinging on webs, out between cities and stuff.
Well, I thought they had a Spider-Mobile in the series, American series, for a little while, but I think it broke down or.
Didn't he have like a dune buggy, or am I?
He did.
In
the 70s. He did,
yeah,
but I think he drove it. He drove it, I think, into the Hudson River by accident. I forget how. Typical Parker luck. And by the way, he's not Peter Parker. He's Takuya Yamashiro, who's a motocross racer, probably inspired by Kamen Rider, I imagine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the GP7 slows Samson down, but at least he slows the truck down. There's a truck falling into nearby water. Oh, the humanity.
Poised to fall into the harbor.
Exactly, yes. Yep. I love that shot. But he's looking worse, Samson. Oh, he's hiding behind two metal crates. So they fight for a little while. He gets Spider-Man in the airplane spin. Yeah. And he even has a championship belt there.
Nice.
Yeah. So they do fight, and Samson turns out, like all of the Monster Bems, they all grow to an amazing huge size. In fact, there he is now. Look how big he is. He's huge.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
So now he has to call the Marveler.
Yes.
And there's the Marveler. So and basically they was just put in here to sell toys. That's basically the sponsor was Bandai, a famous Japanese company that made toys of Spider-Man, of the GP7, and Marveler.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Marveler is pretty cool. I wouldn't mind having one of those.
Yeah, no, me too. I'd love to have one. They might be kind of expensive, but we'll see. So apparently when the robot changes, now it becomes Leopardon, apparently.
Yeah.
And you can see that's kind of cool with the webs on the legs there.
Yeah.
So he uses the arc turn, which is like a laser thing. He comes out of his head. Yeah. And finally, the sword vigor.
Yep.
Here it comes, and then kaboom! Samson is defeated, but he says, Professor Monster destroyed the lives of two brothers. I vow to destroy him. And eventually he does. But that's all I've got for here. But yeah, so unfortunately the series has not been released in America. It seemed like it was going to be, but I guess it's not happening. I don't know. It was probably something about maybe who gets what. I guess maybe Disney wanted more money, or I don't know.
Yeah, the uploads I watched on YouTube had a kind of modern looking Marvel logo at the end, like Marvel Studios, but I don't necessarily think that was legit. I think maybe someone who just, so whoever uploaded the episodes to YouTube just added that on the ends for whatever to make it look legitimate, or just for, who knows.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but they really should put it out here because, I would buy it, wouldn't you?
I might. I mean, I love this show. I mean, the fact that it's on YouTube. I mean, the quality is not the greatest. So if they could have a really good quality Blu-ray, that would probably be worth owning. I mean, this show is almost too good to be true. I mean, you take, a category of show that I love, the Ultraman kaiju, that episodic sort of a story where your hero fights a giant monster at the end of every 30-minute episode, and then you put my favorite superhero of all time into it.
Yeah,
it's too good to be true. It's, how can something this awesome exist? And I only just realized this week that the episodes are on YouTube. So,
there you go, folks. Okay, you can watch it on YouTube. But
yeah, I think they've got the whole series on YouTube. I should have checked to see when they were uploaded, because I don't think they've been up there that long.
It's hard to say, but I am hoping that Disney will, release this on Blu-ray, because it deserves it. It does. It deserves it. And a lot of people don't even know it exists. So, they thought that would never, leave Japan, but people wouldn't know about it. But now with the internet, it's just kind of hard to keep anything quiet. But one more story, if I can, for so they showed the episode to I think so. A lot of people including Stan Lee, folks from Marvel, flew to Japan and saw footage of the first episode.
Yeah,
and the people, I think at the time, Marvel was owned by Cadence Industries, I believe. Well, the people from Cadence were like, what is this? And then Stan Lee stood up and clapped and said, "This is great. I love this. Go ahead and do it." And the guys from Cadence were like, yeah, if Stan likes it, we like it too. So yeah, go ahead. So Stan gave a stamp of approval. So
yeah, I mean, they obviously took a lot of liberties with the whole concept of Spider-Man, but also in some ways, I felt it felt a lot like reading a 60s Marvel comic book. Professor Monster totally looks like a Jack Kirby creation.
He could have been. Yeah, he could have been.
He totally could have been in Commandi or Fantastic Four or something. I mean, when I see Professor Monster, that's the first thing I think of, is he looks like he was drawn by Jack Kirby. And then those ninja aliens.
Yeah, the Niddlers,
guys,
yes.
They totally feel like a Spider-Man villain from the 60s.
They kind of do. Yeah, actually, it's good, but they kind of do. Yeah.
So I think in some ways, even though, like, superficially is very different from Spider-Man, the American comic books, I think they really kind of captured the essence of 1960s Marvel comics. I think, and who knows, people from a different culture, they're going to respond differently.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe, if you're in Japan and someone gives you a Spider-Man comic book, it's not Aunt May and Mary Jane Watson that make an impression on you. It's the costume and fighting the villains. And then you got to, make it, compatible with your culture, have giant robots and and giant monsters, of course. So yeah, I love that show. It's amazing. It's unbelievable to have like a kaiju show starring Spider-Man. Spider string.
Hi, Spider string, and then Spider missile. I love how they always announce. They announce where they're gonna the weapon for, like, Spider string, Spider missile,
and finally Sword Vigor.
Yeah, Sword Vigor. And it kind of gleams, and then they just throws it. And but yeah, I'm glad they left. I'm glad the powers. They left the powers, and I'm glad they didn't change the suit. The suit.
Oh yeah.
I thought
it's a great looking suit. I mean, I like bigger eyes on the Spider-Man costume.
Yeah, kind of for the small ones, actually. But
aside from that, I thought it was pretty cool. Maybe like some webs in the armpits would be cool. But
yes, actually, yeah, I love that look. Yes, I don't know the. Yeah, that's right.
But they do have like the chunky round spider on the back, which is non-negotiable for me. You got to have that. I hate these more modern Spider-Man costumes that have a skinny little spider on the back. You got to have that big round one with the stubby legs.
I think you're mentioning I think you saw episode 1 or 2, and there's like I know it's a fly, but just try to do some magic, like, hurry up and become Spider-Man, hurry up and become Spider-Man. It's like, okay, geez.
Yeah, classic origin story. I mean, yeah, not radiation, but
nope,
some spider human extract or something gets injected to him.
The spider serum, I think they called it. Yeah, and the spider bracelets.
Yes. All right. So, on the other side of the world, around the same time, 1980s, in England, Doctor Who writers were coming up with yet another wizard who's unstuck in time. I mean, I'm not doing this on purpose, but it's like half the shows I watch on this for this program are like about wizards and witches who time travel, sometimes not of their own volition, kind of accidentally. One of the most popular Code Rad shows we've done was Cat Weasel, which is all about a wizard who comes to modern times from the medieval times. And then we also did Witching Time, the episode of Hammer House of Horrors about an evil witch who escapes the witch trials and comes to modern times. And so now it is Into the Labyrinth, another kids show created by Doctor Who writer. I can't think of his name now.
Bob Baker.
Bob Baker. Yeah, without his partner. He always had a partner when they did Doctor Who, and they did Sky together. I guess I should mention that. That's kind of important. They did Sky, quite an odd 7-episode series, which was also about, even though it wasn't a wizard, he was very, nebulous, ambiguous of a character. Never totally clear what Sky was, but he was this sort of magical character that was unstuck in time. So, Into the Labyrinth, so like 3 teenage kids, Phil, Helen, and Terry, wander into a cave and find a wizard who's been transformed into stone. He gets revived, and we learn that he has something called the Nidus, a magical power source, very, very amazing power source that was stolen from him by a evil witch named Baylor, played by the amazing Pamela Salem, I believe, played Miss Moneypenny in an episode, not in an episode, in that Sean Connery one, the fake James Bond movie, Never Say Never Again.
Oh, yes, the one.
If I remember correctly, she played Miss Moneypenny in that, and she was in some movies. I think like the Jackie Collins novel adaptation, The Bitch. I believe she was in that too. So, I mean, she had a great career. She plays a great villain. Ron Moody is the good guy, wizard named Rothko, who sends these 3 English kids back in time to bring back the Nidus, which Sky had the Jugonet, and now we've got the Nidus, which the names Bob Baker comes up with just are kind of weird. I mean, every time he says, I need the Nidus, I'm thinking of like when someone says, you've got the itis. And I was like, what the heck is the itis? I was thinking it was like something politically incorrect or, but yeah, it turns out it's like you say you got the itis when you get sleepy after eating a big meal. So if you say, I've got the itis, that just means you're sleepy after a meal. I thought it was like, something inappropriate. But anyway,
it's something that's like, keep your, like, I need my itis. It's like, whoa, okay, wow, all right.
Yeah. So,
get it for me.
Rothko is in all these different periods. Series 1 was 7 episodes, and they travel back to Druid times, which is pretty cool. You can't go wrong with Druids and Stonehenge. They meet Robin Hood. They go to like Arabian Nights times. They go to the French Revolution. And Rothko is always there. He kind of needs to be reminded who he is. He's always like dressed up as a period character. And then also evil witch Baylor is there as well. And she is usually maybe a little bit more disguised. You have to figure out which of these characters is she. And it's very, not just episodic, but formulaic. But the formula kind of grows on you after a while. The kids try to get the nidus. And then at the last seconds, Baylor thwarts them and sends it to another period in time until episode 7. And my favorite episode was 4, like you might expect from a British period drama. Costumes are great. I don't know why. I could not figure out why they were always in a cave. In like wherever they went, it was always in a cave, and I'm not sure what I was missing. So that was a little weird. They never leave this cave. No matter, they're in the French Revolution. All the action takes place in the cave. I don't know why that is. And but I mean, like this cheaper. Maybe as a matter of that could be it. Maybe that they built a cool cave set in addition to filming an actual Cheddar cave, as they remind you at the end of every episode.
See a cave like this, come to Cheddar.
And I should mention in episode 1, for a show called Into the Labyrinth is one of the lamest things ever made. The labyrinth is like about knee high. Yeah, it's Rothko tells the kids to go into the labyrinth to travel back in time, but the actual labyrinth is only knee high. I don't know what happens, why they had such a weak labyrinth, but the show gets better. That's by far the weakest aspect, and it's not in very much of the show. And so, aside from the fact that they are always in a cave, the costumes are really cool. The action is cool. And here I'm going to show one of the trippier sequences. Let's see if let's just get into it.
All right.
Of force she weakens. Ha! Now it's our turn to seek out Baylor. Our turn to attack.
So that's Baylor.
Waiting there.
Gotcha. Interesting.
And so, one of the rare times where Rothko and the kids gain the upper hands, they go on the offensive, and but that's only like halfway through the episode. Baylor, of course, takes control again, and I don't want to give away too much. Kind of cool. Episode 7 is named Minotaur, which is kind of cool for a show called Into the Labyrinth. It's kind of cool to watch a show that has kind of like the characters are on a quest, which hopefully they accomplish the quest in the final episode. You don't see that too much in TV shows. So
no.
So I recommend the show. I mean, it's a kiddie show, as you could see, pretty rudimentary special effects, but that was, even despite the silliness, that was a pretty cool scene, and it has a cool resolution. There's 2 more series, which I have not seen. Maybe I will look into them, but for now, there you have it. Into the Labyrinth. Thank you for joining me, Jim.
No, anytime. And I enjoyed the series. I saw a little bit. I didn't see as much as you did, but what I saw, I really enjoyed. And I definitely want to check the rest out. And I think the folks at home should check it out too.
Yes. I mean, big Robert Holmes fanboy, Doctor Who writer. Part of the reason why I picked this show was because Robert Holmes was supposedly a writer. He didn't do any of the series 1 episodes, so I may have to keep looking into it to find out which episode Robert Holmes wrote.
Sure. Yeah, it was a very well done show. Maybe not the most. It does take place in the cave, but I was still, glued to the set because some really good performances, some really little characters. Yeah, it's a very interesting series. Like Sky, I thought was okay, but this actually like better, like a lot better.
This felt more accessible than Sky. Sky is very weird.
Much more.
I mean, I just imagine families seeing Sky on television being, what the heck are we watching? This feels much more like a conventional adventure.
Yeah.
Much more understandable, relatable. So, yeah.
Do you know if it was ever shown here in the States? I'm not sure if it was or not.
I believe it was shown on Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon, okay. That makes sense. Okay. Probably during the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When they were really, when they were good rather than the pre-SpongeBob era of Nickelodeon.
Right. Yeah. All right. So there you have it. Thank you for joining us, everyone. This is the Code Rad Show. All appropriate links will be below. Thank you for joining us.
Take care, everybody.
See you next week. Bye, everybody. Thank you, Jim.